Good evening. We've got our basic ingredients tonight for our venison bourguignon, and it is going to be one of the best venison dishes I think you've ever tasted in your life. We've got some fresh onions here. I like to use the sweet onions. I've got some Yukon Gold potatoes. I've got some little pearl onions, some cremini mushrooms that we're going to cut in half, carrots, a little garlic, little sun-dried tomatoes. I've got beef stock, got a little bit of dry red wine. This happens to be a Burgundy, a little bit of brandy, got a little bouquet of some herbs there. I've got bay leaf, some rosemary, and a little bit of thyme connected to it. We're going to put it in when we're cooking it, pull that out later. This meal is going to turn out terrific. It's one of Terry and I's favorite, and I think you're going to love it too. I've got a little bit of Adolph's meat tenderizer here. Started using that many years ago. This is unseasoned. I'm going to put just a little bit of tenderizer on the sides, and then we're going to use a multi-prong tenderizer here. You just come in and press it through a little bit. That'll work that meat tenderizer down into the meat. Let it sit for just a little bit until I get all my vegetables ready to go. And I've got a little bit of oil over here heating on the range, and this is my salt pork. There's a tough skin on it that comes on it. We're just going to slice it right down to it, and then we're going to fillet that off almost like a fish. We've got some little chunks of salt pork. I'm going to cut those up, put those in the bacon, and just start them to cooking over here. We're going to get that going good. Once it's crispy, we're going to pull it out. We're going to brown our meat, then we're going to pull that out, and then we're going to put our onions, our carrots, and our garlic in there to start with. Now we're working on browning the meat, and I'm going to pull all of that out, and I'm going to just set it aside for a second here with a slotted spoon. Leave all those drippings, all that oil inside there. Get our onions in that we've have prepared. We go all of our onions in. I'm going to get my carrots in. We're fixing a big pot here that we want a bunch of food in here. Now let's let those cook. The recipe I use says use a heavy hand of salt and pepper. Now, I'm going to be a little lighter than a heavy hand, but we haven't used much seasoning. We've used unseasoned tenderizer. We've seasoned the pepper a little, the steak a little bit. In this case, the venison. We've used salt pork, which is a little salty, and bacon. So we're going to be a little careful with the salt. We're going to add pepper to it. We're going to saute these till they're soft. Then we're going to add the garlic in, and then we're going to put a little brandy in it and like that. We've been sauteing our onions and carrots until they're nice and soft, and we've just put our garlic in there and let those cook for about 2 or 3 minutes. Now I'm getting ready to add just a little bit of brandy to this. I'm going to add just about a half a cup of brandy. And then we're going to stand back here just a little bit because this is going to get on fire just a little bit. We're going to light it. It is burning just a little bit. It'll take just 30 seconds or maybe a minute to burn off. I've sauteed my onions and my carrots in there, and it is smelling so wonderful. As soon as that goes down just a little bit, we're going to add our meat back into it. We're going to add our sun-dried tomatoes that we've been doing. We're going to add our beef stock to it, and we're going to add our bottle of wine just so it's covering all the meat that we've got in there. A little bit more beef stock to add in a minute. We're going to saute the mushrooms and our pearl onions in a little bit and add those in, maybe a few golden potatoes. And they're ready to go into our bourguignon. This is smelling so wonderful. I wish you could be here and taste it. The venison is as tender as anything I've ever eaten. Right now I'm going to add these onions and add these mushrooms to it. This is going to be so good, guys. The mushrooms, I'm having a little trouble with Terry eating on the mushrooms while I'm cooking these. Our venison bourguignon is ready. We're going to serve this. We're going to dig deep, get a little bit of meat in there. We're going to make sure we get some potatoes, get some carrots. This is smelling, I wish y'all could smell how wonderful this smells. Mushrooms, the onions, the garlic, all of it has just made a wonderful aroma. That wine that we put in has cooked down, and it just tastes wonderful now. Let me get one more piece of meat to go on this. May not get it. There we go. Put that in, and we're going to serve this. Bon appetit.